Good evening, everybody. Sorry I'm a bit late today. Um, a few bits and bobs to do, unfortunately, so I couldn't make it this afternoon. Okay, today then, I'm going to be showing coloured vinyl, which is one of my favourite forms of vinyl. 5 again, all from fairly different genres of music, unlike yesterday's thing, which was just concentrating on prog rock. This is a bit of a mix and match, but all coloured vinyl, which is very, very nice. Okay, to kick off then. The first choice is this wonderful, wonderful album, which is his second album, which is Benjamin Francis Leftwich. This album is called After the Rain. It's a beautiful, beautiful package. Let me just show you there. 12 songs, all beautiful. Go on to those in a minute. But what I do really, really like is that this artist has produced 12 different images, one for each of the songs, and I think that's a really, really nice touch. Very, very beautiful images that go with the songs. Okay, for those people that are not aware of this fairly young man, certainly is compared to me anyway, he's from York, and he started, I think about 9 years ago now, something like that. And he was part of the new folk sort of era of music that started about 10 years ago now, with the likes of Mumford and Sons, Laura Marling, Ben Howard, and a few others that could, the list goes on and on and on. A lot of these young artists started on this Communion label, which was set up by Marcus Mumford from Mumford and Sons, and they used to have these folk nights mainly in London, in a club in London, and if they liked what they saw on the evening, they would record them either live, or they would ask them to come into a small studio and they would record them on Communion. Well, that's how Benjamin started. He made his first album with them on Communion Records, which is a great album as well. But this one is on Dirty Hit Records, which is the same record company as the 1975s. So it's a fairly independent label still. This came out in 2016. So we're talking sort of very folky in its way that it's been put together on this album, as opposed to the first album. The first album was mainly Benjamin on his own, with one of his mates who was playing a little bit of keyboard in the background. Well, this has got more people on there, with you've got a string quartet on there, you've got keyboards, percussion, bass, drums, but very much in the background. It's all about Benjamin's guitar on there, Some beautiful, beautiful tracks on here. The track, I think, if you've not heard it, it's called Just Breathe, which is a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. And he made a great live video of that piece, actually. Another one is She Will Sing, another great song. Not that they're not all good, they're very, very good, all of them. Frozen Moor, the last track on the album there. It's very nice as well. But to top the lovely package off, it's this beautiful, beautiful bluey green vinyl, you know, and it's, you know, the attention to detail there. You've even got one of the images that has been put onto the label. I think that's a really, really nice touch. So it's a beautiful, beautiful package, and it's beautiful, beautiful music. Very, if you like your sort of very gentle, well, not gentle. It's very ambienty in the way it's been put together with all the keyboards and the percussion and things. But it's set in a folky type mood, you know. Lovely, lovely album. Moving on then. Second choice here is it's billed as a band, but really it's just one guy actually, and he's from Germany, and the band is, or he is, Enigma, and this is Voyager, a reissue, remaster the original album. This is with a different cover. And it's Michael Cretu who's doing all the music. There's no one else on there at all. This is a very Eastern ambient album that they did. It was originally released in 2009, and this is from 2018, and I think most of the albums were released again. Beautiful package. I love this. You take that out, and what you get is this glorious sort of see-through red, pinky red vinyl. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so the music on here then is it's very ambienty, where some of his albums are very upbeat and poppy and dancey. This is not so much. This is more sort of ambient in the way it's been put together. They're all individual songs. Excuse me. You have got vocals on here by him, but it's all about the music. Though he's put the music together, so he. He's mainly a keyboard player, but he's got all sorts of instruments going on in the background as well that he layers over the top of the keyboards. And like I said, this is a ambienty type album. This one, beautiful, beautiful songs on here. You've got a bit of African influences, Indian influences. In the music, very, very nice album. Love the package, and all the re-releases, if you can get them. I've got 4 of them. They're not easy to find, you know, but they've done the same sort of effect with each of the re-releases. This is the 4th, obviously, and they all come in different coloured vinyls. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So my second choice for today is Voyager by Enigma. Third choice then. Well, this is a great album. Again, he's billed as a band, but it's not. It's just one guy, and it's Rival Consoles. And as you can see, this is a clear vinyl, this one. And this album is called Persona. As you can see there, it's the marvellous erase tapes. I'll show you the inner sleeve. Look at that. Isn't it fantastic? I just love that image. Fabulous, fabulous image. Okay then, so what's it all about? Well, it's Ryan Lee West, and he creates all these beautiful modern some of it's sort of dancey type things, but it's beautifully crafted ambient atmospheric music. Fantastic stuff. And let me just show you then. This is on clear vinyl, this one. This is a second album, both clear and beautiful. That's probably, although it's not, is it a colour clear? I think it is. It's probably my favourite sort of form of vinyl, clear vinyl, love it. Quite a few clear vinyls. This is a double album. And I think I've said this before, you know, you've got to have a fairly good, well, a very good idea to, you know, come out with a double, because you've got to keep the listener, i.e. me, occupied for, you know, a double album nowadays is what, 70 minutes, something like that. This is about that, you know. Just keep you occupied because all the pieces are great. You know, it's totally instrumental, beautifully crafted and put together album, very well produced. It just whizzes around the speakers and comes straight out. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful album, as most of the, well, all of them that I've got anyway, from this marvellous Erased Tapes record company are. You know, when you see that little sign there, you know you're getting quality. You know, this is a great, great album. This is his second full album. This came out in 2018. His last one, Articulation, came out the end of last year, and that was one of my favourites from last year as well. You know, but this one is a great, great album. So my third choice then, Rival Consoles, Persona on clear vinyl. Okay, next choice then. Some of you may have this. This transpired to be the debut album from Pete Townshend, and it is Who Came First. Hopefully you can see that. This came out in 1972, and as you can see, it's quite spiritual. This was Pete, I think, getting over the disappointment of perhaps not having the Lifeboat project fully released, because the year before, of course, the Magic Who released Who's Next, and what an album that is. But it transpires it was, you know, sort of the record company's choices of pieces from that project. So I think Pete was quite disappointed with that, although he's, you know, he shouldn't be really, because it's a great album. So what you've got on here is his music that he did on his own, that was presented to the band but didn't make it. There are two tracks that the Who recorded later, and that's Let's See Action, which was a great single, let's be honest. It really, really was. And Pure and Easy. But these pieces on here are Pete's version of them. And I think Let's See Action, which is 6.5 minutes on here, I think that's the ultimate version of that song. It's brilliant. It does everything on it. All the instruments are played by him, apart from, let me see now, Ronnie Wood's on here. Struggling here, guys, hang on. Yes, he is. Ronnie Wood's on here. But it's mainly Pete on his own. And like I said, it's mainly the stuff that he recorded on his Todd and then presented to the band as the Lifehouse project. There's some great stuff on it. Evolution is a great song with Ronnie Wood. They wrote that together. Forever's Not Me at All. That's another good song. Billy Nichols is on there. Let's See Action, I've already mentioned. The second side is Time Is Passing. This is that's a nice song as well. That was influenced by the Baaba Mal, which is when he went to India, and there he is. There's his guru at the time. Heartache. That's another good one. Sheraton Gibson. Content, and then Pava Radagia. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. That's another lengthy track, obviously very Indian in its influences there, and that's nearly 7 minutes now. But what they've done, this is a remaster, beautiful package. What they've done here is they've first of all they've given you a very strange, I think, poster, which is all very nice. You know, I'm not quite sure which way that is. Well, this way, but all very nice. But what they've done is they've remastered it, and it sounds really nice. Heavyweight vinyl, and it's on like a just an off-white coloured vinyl. Very nice. Really well remastered at Abbey Road, half-speed mastering, that sort of technique, and it was done by, yes, Abbey Road half-speed mastering. It does sound particularly good, very good actually. So those people that perhaps don't know this album, this is, as I said, Pete's first solo album. I thought it was that's a really good album. You know, it's obviously him wanting to try at the time to release as much as the Lifehouse project that he could at the time. You know, we all know, those people that do know what happened. Pete, I think, released it all in the end in a box set somewhere along the way. But some great stuff on there, really good. Some of it, I mean, you can see why they. I don't know if it was the band or a record company turned it down, but some of the pieces just don't work. They wouldn't work with the other three of them. They work in that format. My last choice then it is just a beautiful album. Transpired, sadly, very sadly, it was to be their last, and it's Mazzy Star. It's beautiful last album by Mazzy Star, Seasons of Your Day. I think it was just a single CD, but the vinyl has been extended to a double. Gorgeous record. It's the only way I can describe it. There they both are, both Sandoval. And David Brobeck, unfortunately, passed away last year, actually. Every track's a winner on here, and you've even got Bert Jansch on here, which in 2013, which is when this was released, was one of the last things that Bert Jansch actually did. So he's involved in the process. However, you know, all the songs are written by Hope and David. Most of the music's by them too. Apart from a couple of guests, you know, as I said, Bert Jansch is on here, Paul Ugwin's on here, Paul Mitchell, Al Brown, and Steve McCarthy, who basically make up Hope Sandoval's band that she worked with and still is working with. Beautiful album. I think the last side, the The last two pieces are absolutely beautiful. Spoon and Flying Low. They're my favourites. This came out, as I said, in 2013, and what they've done, it's like I said, it's a double album, but they've pressed it on this beautiful, I think you can probably guess what colour it's going to be, and it is, I hope you can see that, it's in the light there, purple, which matches the image. Yeah, you can probably just about see that now, like a mottled purple effect. So you've got all these streaks in it, you know, it's a lovely, lovely thing, which matches the cover. Is it their best? Not quite. I think the second one's their best. But this is a great way to finish, unfortunately, for them. Beautiful, beautiful album. Hope Sandoval, again, she tends to get forgotten, I think. She's a great vocalist. You know, the thing about Mazzy Star is Hope doesn't sing a great deal. There's lots of space in the music, and then when she comes in and sings, it's the right time to come in and sing. It's beautifully stark in places, this album. It's you know, sort of, it's not certainly not an upbeat record, as all Mazzy Star records really are. You know, I think it's one of these this band, one of these bands where I think you've got to be in the right mood to want to listen to them. You know, because it is very intense music, but it's beautiful at the same time, and that's very unusual for an American band, I think, anyway. But this is a beautiful album, beautiful package. There's the front of it, and there's the back of it with this purple feather. So there we are. That's my last choice for today. The beautiful Mazzy Star, Seasons of Your Day. Number 5. Number 4 then was Pete Townshend, who came first. He looks pretty menacing in white colour, doesn't he? Number 3 was the glorious Rival Consoles on lovely clear vinyl. Number 2, Enigma on this sort of pinky, reddy coloured vinyl, Voyager. And my first one was Benjamin Francis Leftwich on beautiful greeny, bluey vinyl, and After the Rain. So there we are. Really, really nice coloured vinyls. I hope you have a good evening, what's left of it anyway. As I always say, you know, leave a comment, please. Subscribe if you would. That would be very nice as well, you know. Okay, that's it for today then. Hopefully, if I've got time, I'll see you tomorrow. So take care, everybody. Cheers. Bye.